Well, chances are you're sitting there right now with a hot cup of coffee in your hand, enjoying the show, and a love of coffee actually led one man to brew up something new on the West Side.
And in this morning's Maiden Essay, Audrey takes us inside Shotgun House Coffee Roasters for a taste of what they're grinding out each day.
Shotgun House Coffee Roasters is starting fresh each day. From beans to roasting.
It's unlike any other experience, really.
To coffee and cup.
It's the thing that starts my morning every single morning, just like millions of people in America.
For head roaster and co-owner Eddie Laughlin, coffee has been part of his life for some time.
It's really the only consistent thing that's been in my life for, the past 15 years. I'm 32. I've been drinking coffee since I was 18.
So after graduating with political science degree, it was still a cup of well-brewed coffee that got him excited. Starting with a small roaster and selling it out of his house.
I learned from reading articles, listening to podcasts.
A few years later, he's a proud co-owner of the newest specialty coffee shop on the West Side, pumping out rich South Central American and East African roasts.
We roast on site and package our coffee on site, so you're really getting to see the whole process from it going from the green, really dense, really vegetal beans to that nice roasty profile that you get, and then what finally goes into your cup.
Each time a cup is brewed, this new business owner sees his dream coming to life.
It's been very exciting to be able to start this venture.
And he has some advice for those wishing to own their own piece of the American dream.
I say take those risks, but also be willing to just work really hard to achieve your dream, because it's going to take a lot of work, and there's a lot of people out there that want the same thing that you want, and you just have to want it more.
Audrey Gasoreno, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.